Bosses at Boots, they've announced that all their female staff are going to be offered free HRT prescriptions. This is part of a new menopause-friendly policy the company has, and they say that as women make up the majority of their workforce, it's important that they're offered the best support. So what do we think? Is this something other companies could follow suit? A lot of companies are looking more, aren't they, of having a menopause policy to support women in the workplace?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have a very female-centric workforce, which they say they do, then again, it's not a bad thing, but the repercussions of it are, where do you then stop? So what about the men in the workplace? What about a man who's maybe his testosterone levels are low and he has to have testosterone gel, which he has to pay for every 3 months or whatever? I don't know, it's a bit of a strange one to go down, because everybody at some point in their life might need medication for something.
Yeah, but the fact is that all women go through the menopause. It's not
but
just
not all
some
women use HRT.
No. But all women, for example, have periods. So could we argue that why is this not being extended to younger women, perhaps, than giving free tampons? Or, I don't know, there's that question mark as well. Or childcare potentially could fall into this category. It seems... I'm quite intrigued as to why just the menopause are being helped and why HRT is the only thing being subsidised.
I think it's because when women talk about... We've discussed again on this show quite recently, the quite high statistics of women who'd given up work, not because they wanted to give up work, because they were struggling with menopausal symptoms, foggy head, not being able to concentrate and things, and rather than actually talk to their bosses at work and say, I'm struggling, they would just take the day off, or they just gave up work.
Well, that's a different conversation,
So
because if they then have HRT, that would then probably take away those symptoms. But some people don't want to have it. They just want to, you know, and that's totally their choice. But actually paying for somebody's prescription, if you just look at it in that basic sense, it's then... Does everybody else in the workforce that has a prescription that enables them to go to work and do their job, should that be paid for as well?
Yes, because you could be diabetic, couldn't you? And say, well, if I didn't have insulin, or... I mean, I don't know if you pay for that in the NHS, but anything, any kind of medication that means it enables me to function and go to work.
But I still think we should look at it as a positive act. You know, at least they've thought about it and they are doing something. And somebody, somewhere like Boots, you know, I know the one that I go to, it's nearly all women that are serving. I very rarely see men in there, so they've probably noticed how it is affecting them. So I think we can sit here and criticise it, but I think it's a really positive thing. And we've all been bleating on about menopause and HRT and going on about
how much
she
needs her HRT.
Exactly.
I need HRT because I've just come back from 2 weeks in Egypt, as you know, and my luggage did not join me. And my HRT was in my luggage. I know normally I take big hand luggage. I thought, no, I'm going to just have this little bag, travel light. Anyway, and my suitcase did join me after a week, but someone had taken out all my wash bag and all my liquids and not put them back in again.
So as soon as it didn't arrive, was your immediate thought like, oh, well, my HRT's in there?
I bet everyone else she was with was.
Yeah, I know. And Kay, it wasn't helped by Kay, every day texting me going, how are you feeling now? I think she thought I was going to be, like, growing a beard or something. But the first week I didn't notice anything, and literally one of the main reasons I went back on HRT, because I did come off it, very arthritic fingers, even though it's not arthritis, I had the test, but really stiff finger joints. And the last 2 days of the holiday, those came back with a vengeance. So literally, I got back home, before I'd even said hello to my family, I was like... HRT...
We were quite worried about you, weren't we? Like, pity our friend who's with her.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, approach with caution.
Got an early train back home. Early plane back for me.